There was a time when angels fell from heaven and their monstrous offspring walked the earth. This isn't mythology, this isn't science fiction. It's the oldest conspiracy hidden in plain sight. Right at the start of the Bible, before the flood, before Noah's Ark, there were giants. And how real were these giants? The Bible will tell us. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth and the daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, "My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on earth in those days, and also afterward. When the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and held children by them, they were the heroes of old, men of renown." It's just 4 verses long, but it's one of the most disturbing and debated passages in the entire Bible. Who were the sons of God? Who are the Nephilim? And why did the early church, the same people who shaped Christianity as we know it, try to erase them from history? The answer lies in the forbidden Book of Enoch, in ancient Apocrypha, in Sumerian tablets and banned theology. And once you see the full picture, you'll understand why so many people for so long have tried to keep it buried. But before we talk about the giants, the flood, or the angels who disobeyed heaven, we need to understand him, the man whose name this book bears. Enoch was the great-grandfather of Noah, and the 7th generation from Adam. Unlike others in Genesis, his story ends differently. According to tradition, Enoch never died. He was taken directly into heaven, one of only 2 humans to ever do so. But what was so important about him, that God broke the rules of life and death? The Book of Enoch claims he was chosen to witness secrets of the cosmos, to see the fall of the angels, and to record what he saw for future generations. A prophet of cosmic knowledge, buried for thousands of years. To understand the Nephilim, we need to go outside of the official canon, or actually stay in it, if you're in Ethiopia, because in Ethiopian Orthodox Church, the Book of Enoch is still official canon to the Bible. According to Enoch, the Nephilim weren't just anomalies. They were the unnatural children of divine rebellion. A group of 200 angels, called the Watchers, were sent to earth to guide humanity. But they broke the most sacred law. It came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the angels, the children of heaven, saw and lusted over them, and said to one another, "Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children." These angels, led by a figure named Semyaza, descended upon Mount Hermon and took human women as their wives. From these unions came the Nephilim, beings described as giants, monstrous and ravenous, corrupting the earth with violence, war, and sorcery. The Book of Enoch says the Nephilim devoured all of mankind's food, and then began to devour men themselves. But it gets darker. These fallen angels didn't just produce monstrous children, they taught humanity things they were never meant to know. Azazel taught men to make swords, knives, shields, and breastplates. Armors showed enhancements and root cuttings. Panemue taught the secrets of writing, and Kokabel revealed the stars. The ancient writers, this wasn't enlightenment, it was corruption. Weapons, witchcraft, astrology, all trace back to these rebel angels. As the world descends into chaos, the cries of humanity reached heaven. The punishment would be catastrophic. God did not stay silent. What followed was divine war, a judgment so severe that it would bury the Nephilim, their fathers, and their secrets beneath an ocean of flood water. And also, God sent archangels, Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, and Raphael, to destroy the giants, imprison the Watchers, and wash the earth clean. The Nephilim ravaged the earth. The Watchers corrupted mankind with hidden horrors. It was time for divine justice. Uriel is an angel sent to warn Noah, the righteous son of Lamech, that a deluge is coming, and to instruct him to hide himself and preserve his seed. Raphael is tasked with binding Azazel, the archangel who taught weapon making and corruption, and casing him into a desert prison named Dudiel, sealed under jagged rocks, forever hidden from light, and scheduled for final destruction in the Day of Judgment. God commanded Gabriel, "Proceed against the bastards and the reprobates, and against the children of fornication, and destroy the children of watchers from amongst men. Set them one against the other, that they may have destroyed each other in the battle. For length of days shall not they have." The final task falls to Michael, the highest among them. He is commanded to bind the chief watcher, Semyaza, who led the rebellion. Bind them fast for 70 generations in the valleys of the earth, till the day of their judgment and of their consummation, till the judgment that is forever and ever is consummated. In those days they shall be led off to the abyss of fire, and to the torment and the prison which they shall be confined forever. And then came silence. Judgment was passed. Enoch recorded that the flood wasn't just punishment for human sin. It was surgical, a divine reset meant to erase the legacy of the watchers and reclaim the earth. But what if it didn't work? What if the traces remained? The Book of Enoch ends this chapter with a chilling undertone. Some watchers would rise again when judgment returned. It was too dangerous and too bizarre. The Book of Enoch wasn't just removed. It was buried, erased, systematically silenced by the very institution meant to preserve it. But why? In mainstream theology, angels are divine messengers, pure, obedient, holy. But Enoch describes something different. It claims a group of angels, led by Semyaza, rebelled, descending to earth and mated with human women. And their offspring, the Nephilim, they are giants that consumed the earth, corrupted mankind, and broke God's order. The idea that heaven could fall, that divine beings could betray God and twist humanity, it blurs the line between good and evil, and that terrified the early church. The Book of Enoch gives humans too much information, or so-called forbidden knowledge. The names of angels, secrets of the stars, the cause of the flood, the origin of demons. Enoch doesn't just obey God. He walks among angels, visits heaven, judges them, and records everything. To the church, that was unacceptable. How could they control doctrine if an ancient prophet was handing the people heaven's blueprints? Azazel, one of the rebel angels, is said to have taught humans war. He wasn't just punished, he was buried beneath the desert, awaiting eternal judgment. Sounds familiar? In later theology, Azazel morphs into a demon, possibly even the devil. Was the church afraid of Enoch's version of evil didn't fit their narrative? Or worse, that it did? The Book of Enoch was revered by early Christians, quoted by church fathers like Tertullian and Justin Martyr. Even the Bible itself, in Jude 1:14 and 15, directly references Enoch's words. So, why is it missing? Because by the 4th century, the church had grown powerful, and dangerous texts had to go. The Council of Laodicea and the others decided which books should be canon, and Enoch didn't make the cut. Not because it wasn't old, not because it wasn't influential, but because it was too uncontrollable. The Book of Enoch survived only in Ethiopia, preserved by the Orthodox Tewahedo Church, while it vanished from the Western Christianity for centuries. So, what else was erased? What other secrets never made it to your Bible? And more importantly, why are we only now starting to ask these questions? The Nephilim were destroyed, the angels were punished, the knowledge was forbidden, but nothing stays buried forever. And if the church erased the truth, what are they still hiding beneath the surface?